man, was he great. Leanne Hulsenberg is in a bit of a pickle. And that says it all right there. Trailing by 42 pins to Lynda Barnes. Leanne's had over $1 million in earnings. And she made an interesting remark to Kathy about her husband has never seen her bowl well. We'll explain that a little bit here. And she gets a tap on that 10. Now, they've been married 4 years. After 2003, when the women's tour faded, she bowled pretty hardcore for about 3 years and then began to sort of downsize her bowling. Didn't practice as much, didn't compete as much. So when she did compete, just did not have good tournaments, didn't roll it well. And so finally, going into this calendar year, she just said, all right, look, I'm better than this. I can bowl better than this. And so she really rededicated herself this year, and it has paid off with this appearance. She averaged just about 235. She went 13-3 in match play, bowling exactly like that. Sitting next to the Hall of Famer Kim Terrell-Kearney, the lady on the right is her husband Gary, and Shannon Pluhowski. They're on Gary's right, who would finish 6th in this event this year.
Gary, a big Cowboy fan, feels right at home down here, that close to the field. He's happy to be down there.
Lynda Barnes is pretty happy to be here. Now, this isn't over yet. That double is going to make her do well, and she's stuck with a ringing 10. Hasn't seen many of those.
No, and that has a chance to even this match right back up. With Leanne's max score at 247, and Lynda's is going to be at 259. This one's nowhere near over.
Look out. Okay. You can hear a little on her microphone.
Those first shots out of the break are definitely the hardest ones. You just feels like you sit forever in there and then try and get back into rhythm. We talked about there's transition, a constantly changing environment, and this oil right there is what I'm talking about. We got carry down on there. That's oil from the front part of the lane. So not only the front part of the lane hooking more, but down lane is now slicker.
Get a tap on that 10, not going to happen. So back-to-back 10 pins. Now, so it's slicker. How does that affect our two players?
It goes back, we were talking about at the beginning, where you have friction in the front of the lane, takes energy out of the ball. It gets down lane, has less left to try and cut through that oil and get angle to roll through the head pin. And so it ends up hitting flat like that, and the 6-pin lays in the gutter.
That was better.
Yes, it was. She's absolutely right. It was better. So her max now is going to be at 248, pardon me, if she strikes out in the 10th frame. But Leanne Hulsenberg, if she strikes out, there you see what we could be headed for. And by the way, if there is a tie, there is a 1-ball roll-off, sudden death, literally, or sudden victory, if you want to use that term.
Most important shot of the match.
Come on, ball.
No problem. And that's the Leanne Hulsenberg that we watched in match play.
And that's been the tougher lane for both players, is right lane. It hooks more in the front and has been more difficult to navigate because of that carry down. Now watch this as she gets in so far in, gets it all the way out there to the 5th board, and gets it to circle back around.
Well, she's on 4 straight. And again, she can go as high as 247.
She hasn't missed the pocket the whole game.
Come on, ball.
It still hasn't. And this is the first time that Lynda Barnes has been challenged. The first 2 matches were relatively easy for her. Shannon O'Keefe had a tough time and rolled a low score, while Lynda was off with a 268. Lynda rolled a 259 to defeat Liz Johnson. She may have to roll a 248 to win this match.
Absolutely. This is a great shot, right back in rhythm. The cat's numbers show it's exactly the same as the last shot on that lane.
Leanne Hulsenberg flashing back to those days on the women's tour right here, I think, with this performance.
One more forces Lynda to double in the 10th frame.
Good looking shot all the way. Everybody in our little area here, Del Ballard Jr. and you just nodding your heads as soon as you saw it go off her hand. Del handling the numbers for us tonight.
This is what Leanne does so well. She's able to get it to that spot that's just right of high flush and able to get the pins hit each other. Basically, he gets the 3-pin into the solid part of the 6. The 6 comes off the wall and slaps the 10 out. That's the shot that made her a Hall of Famer.
Looking for that first U.S. Women's Open. No problem. She will finish with 7 straight. She's done all she can, and now she's got to sit and watch Lynda Barnes. Neither player having won this event.
It's very often a single pin spare costs you a match on TV. She would be the winner right now had she made that already. 3 strikes in the 10th now. Lets Lynda advance to the title match.
She's been great at closing. Got it. She made the show by closing well in her last 3 qualifying match plays.
She'd fallen to 6 and really struggled in the early morning. Bold Liz and Leanne, she closed out 3 straight matches to go from out of the show to back in it and basically locking herself in with 1 game to go. Shots like that was how she got here. She needs 2 more to advance.
Anything less than a strike on this ball, and it's over. Yo, she gets that 4-kick again. Well, the boys are happy. My partner has stopped breathing, but he'll be with us in a moment. Now, here's the deal. 9 gets us a tie, and that roll-off. Another strike, and Lynda Barnes is in the U.S. Open Championship.
Boy, that was a little reminiscent of the 4-pin she carried against Sean Rash to win the Clash of Champions there. See if she can regroup here and throw her best shot now when she needs it most.
Strike to win. Look out. Oh, and she loses by a pin. She needed 9 for the tie. What a match. A 246 doesn't win. Leanne Hulsenberg has advanced to the championship. It will be 1 versus 2. And I think Lynda gets it more than Leanne does right now.